What's up, guys? We're back. It's been hot. I know you know. We all know it's been hot. So, I'm checking out the sky. Looks I don't know. The sky looks a little hazy right now out there. It's about 6:45, almost 7 o'clock, and the temperature is still about 96 degrees. So, we're hanging in there, trying to stay cool. Here's my gem avocado, and let's see how all of my trees kind of fared with the heat wave that we just had. I think the worst is behind us. The future is supposed to look like it might have potential additional showers coming up, but this is the top of my gem avocado, and check it out. It's doing okay. It handled the heat really well. Out of all of these trees that I'm going to show you today, this gem seems to be doing pretty good. So I only got one fruit left. There it is. So not expecting much this year, but expecting more next year. But we plan on trying to get as many as we can out of this guy because it's supposed to be smaller and fruiting really well. So excited to have this in the yard. So let's go check out some more avocados. I'm just here with my Forte, checking the damage. Just got home, and here's what I'm seeing on mine. Even though I applied some of the surround up top, I'm gonna see if I can zoom in so you can see it here. Let's see if you can. It looks a little crispy up top, especially the young growth. You can see that the young growth is like all right, I zoomed in a little bit. This is kind of up top here. So you see the young top growth is a little crispy. I didn't get up there with the surround WP. I decided not to shade this guy also. Zoom back out. Zoom back out even further. So that's kind of what it looks like. Let's go see some other trees. Mexicola looks okay. This is what it looks like. You see up top there. A little kind of crispy up top. Not too bad. But I just noticed something down here. My biggest Mexicola looks like it got taken down by, I don't know, some type of animal. So there goes that guy. I'm down to like 2 that I could find. I had like a dozen, now I'm down to like 2. I just hope that I can get these 2 to kind of make it all the way out to the time when they ripen and I can actually have one. So here's one. Let's go check out some more. So here's my little avocado, the warts, and it survived, did okay. The top, you can see it got kind of like taco like leaves, but still doing okay. Nothing really burnt. Even a lot of the new growth here, okay. I did this around. I didn't get all of it. I just kind of lightly did it, and you know, it's fine. All right, so in this section, I got the Gwen, and Gwen did just fine. The fruit, I don't know, it looks a little kind of burnt there, but seems to be okay. We'll see what happens. Even this right here, so we'll see. So right next to my Gwen is, this is the Carmen Hass, and it looks like it did just fine. And this is exciting because I only have one little fruit, which is right there, and it's still hanging on. And right next to it is my bacon. The bacon is a beast. This thing didn't really have to do much. I just watered it and didn't do any shade protection or anything like that, and it survived. And it's still got fruit that's hanging on. And I'll show you a couple at the top there. Let me see if I can zoom in. Good sized fruit too. So exciting. There's plenty of fruit inside. And one thing to note, squirrels are not coming down to this area and trying to pick the fruit off, so that's a good thing. So it kind of changes my plans a little bit, so we'll see what happens. Of course, my dragon fruit, I actually harvested 2. Maybe I'll show you a picture of what it looks like. I'll put it on here and throw it on. So and then the ester doing pretty good too, no real damage. So as you know, we had heat for like the last week and a half. We got up to probably 106, 107, and it was extended, you know, multiple days in a row. So I was really concerned I might be losing fruit, but you know, this ester seems to be doing well. And let me see if I can, I had to put my beer down because, and check out the fruit. We got a stack in there, and there's more on this side too. So really excited about this, and definitely recommend if you guys are looking for an avocado to add to your grove, maybe the ester is the thing to go for. And it actually handled the heat really well. So check out the top there, no real burnt leaves or anything like that. So let's go over in this section real quick. My Hass from Brokaw, I didn't put it in the ground yet, but overall okay. So Cherimoya, on the other hand, did have some burnt leaves, as you can see that. I only have 1 fruit, which is right there, kind of cool. But something that I'm starting to see is that, I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's another flower in there. So that's kind of odd to me that it's kind of late in the season. I don't know if there really is a season or not for cherimoya, for flowers like that. So, and my reed from Brokaw, which is right here, doing just fine. One thing to note, I did take off all of the fruit that I had on here, and it was just kind of like precaution, plus didn't really think that this little tree can handle. I had actually 5, and they were definitely holding on, so I decided to go ahead and just take them off. But you can see the tops here doing okay. Right behind that, we got the lamb Hass doing okay. Tips weren't really burnt or anything. Let's go check out some more trees. All right, Kona Charwell from Brokaw. I went a little bit more extreme. Well, not really extreme, but I would say I did the Surround, which you can see on the leaves. Surround WP, which is a clay product that you can spray on the leaves and the branches, and it's supposed to help protect it. A little burnt here, you can see that. Also, I also did the shade cloth, 30%. Right there, you can see the top, a little burnt. But overall, this is probably the best looking Kona I currently have, based on the other ones that I've gotten, and surviving the heat and just seem to be doing okay. So that's exciting, right? So Jan Boyce, as you know, a lot of people say Jan Boyce is one of the best tasting avocados, and I'm going up all the way to the top. No problems at all. Everything looks okay. I was surprised because I did have issues last year. I protected it when it was smaller, but this year seems to be okay. And this is the Ettinger, and let's kind of scroll up so you can see what the Ettinger looks like. But this thing is doing just fine. I only have 1 fruit, which is that. I'm letting it go. Let me hold on, let me put my hand there so you can see for size reference. It's got chew marks. I'm gonna kind of cut around that, but I'm excited to try one of these. Hopefully this one survives and makes it all the way to the end. But that's the only fruit that I got out of my Ettinger. So, and let's see if we can go to the top here so you can see the tips. No issues at all. No burnt marks or anything. So really really a decently strong avocado. So Ettinger doing well in the heat. And then of course the Hass avocado. Hass is doing decent also. The top there, I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if I can zoom in real quick. Hopefully we can zoom in and see, but it did get a little burnt up there. So I was talking away and my phone got hot and it just shut off. And that sucks. But it is what it is. And you know, I was kind of like shooting the top of the Hass avocado, and I saw like a UFO up there, and I zoomed in and it just shut off. I'm like, oh no, that's no fun. So guess what? You guys don't have any UFO footage anymore. So here's my Anaheim, and instant regret. I decided not to shade cloth this guy, and you can see this thing didn't do too well. And you know, sometimes I forget that I have an Anaheim because it's in this part of my yard and it's a little bit behind this pine tree, and it's possible that the pine tree is stealing some of the water too. That's probably why, but it's okay. We're gonna survive without an Anaheim, and if it comes back, we'll be okay. So let's go back this way now and kind of work backwards because we lost some footage. But so this is reed number 2, and reed number 2 I really hope is a real reed, and it's been doing okay in the heat. A little burnt here and there. You see the new growth, you can see that, but overall doing well for the most part. So, and then of course my reed number 1, which semi-established as not a reed because it's growing weird and the fruit is weird, and overall a little burnt here and there. I think it's a Hass. We all kind of think it's either a Hass or a lamb Hass, but here's some of the new growth and some of the burnt leaves that you can see. So stuff at the top, I don't know if I can zoom in. Let's see if I can zoom in. Hopefully it doesn't make my phone shut down again. But see, burnt there, but overall okay. I found the fruit inside. They were still hanging on, and it looks to be okay. So it looks like I probably have another Hass on my hands here, which is okay. Hass is really good. It's a good fruit. And Zutano, man, this thing is a beast also. I would have to say it's hanging in there nicely. No issues. I did do this around. I didn't go crazy with this around. Check this section out. Because this branch is so heavy, it kind of weighed it down. It's touching the ground. Anything that's down here touching the ground, burnt. But you go up a little bit, okay, for the most part. And all the stuff up top, okay. And the fruit's still hanging on. I do have some burnt fruit here, like you can see that. That's probably no bueno right there. But overall, I mean, this is a good sized fruit already compared to some of my other avocados already. So really nice to see. And of course, the Hass over there doing just fine. And I hope I have fruit by the end of the year because at the rate of attrition with the squirrels, these guys are coming in strong. They're finding all the fruit, and we need to do something. But I got to come up with some type of plan and really just kind of execute on the plan. So we'll see. Let's go check out some more trees. All right, Nabal from Brokaw doing excellent. Growth's doing excellent. Everything seems to be okay. A little burnt here, but nothing to worry about. Even there, a little burnt there, nothing to worry about. But overall, tree is healthy and doing okay. Stuff like this is just old growth that was going to eventually drop off anyways. So, and right next to it is my Jim Bacon. Jim Bacon's doing okay. I had one fruit that got taken out by a squirrel, and it was actually a really nice sized fruit, so disappointed. And then my second fruit, I mean, this is a small tree. You can see some little animal bit and ate, and it also got burnt. So this guy's a no-go at this point. I'm just gonna, okay, executive decision right here. Goodbye. So, all right, come on, Mr. Jim Bacon, let's make this happen. There's the blue, there's the 5-foot mark. So that's where we're at. Lamb house number 1. Well, I call this lamb house number 1 because I do have lamb house number 2, which is my brokaw lamb house, and this one's doing okay. Not too many issues. It did get a little burnt from the heat. So my original Nabal, the OG, it didn't do too well. I decided not to shade cloth it, and instant regret, but it's all right. We'll survive because we have another Nabal. So we just kind of probably take this guy out, or maybe graft onto it, or see what it does. I have another one, so I'm not too concerned. So something to note. See, the leaves are getting a little burnt. See if I can zoom in on the leaves. But oh, by the way, all right. So the phone stopped recording again. It's just too hot, and I guess it's okay. So for all of you history buffs, today is September 8th, 2022, and Queen Elizabeth passed away. So RIP. So we'll just mark it as one of those days where, gosh, she's been on a throne for so long, and this is not a history channel, but this is something that we'll remember for today. What was weird about today was 6 o'clock this morning, I heard rain coming down. I knew it was hot, but we were still getting rain. And of course, Southern California, nobody knows how to drive when it's raining. So I'm driving in work, traffic like crazy. But so I'm not really like a big history buff, but you know, it's these days that you kind of will maybe remember. I mean, it's kind of like 9/11 with the US, and that's kind of coming up also. But you know, my condolences and definitely RIP. So we're not a news channel. We're all about avocados and growing as many avocados as we can. And if you guys are on the journey to grow a lot of avocados, I encourage you to go ahead and start doing as many as you can also. So as you know, I always say you gotta stay hydrated. Gotta make sure your avocados are hydrated. And if you do all the little things to protect your avocados, especially in the heat, and you know, the temperatures are dropping, which is good, but it's always important to protect them. And I did a little bit of an experiment with some of my avocados to see if they can handle it. And the answer is, when they're young, probably no, and I kind of expected that, so it's all good. Well, anyways, you guys stay hydrated, take care, and we'll talk later. See ya.